Hi, Jamaicans.com. I'm getting more and more excited every time I go live on this platform. I really look forward to an opportunity to share with you guys just my thoughts on current stories that are making the rounds in local media. And as you join the live, just tell me where you're connecting from. Tell me your name. My name is Ashleigh-Ann Mowatt, and this is another episode of Reason with Ashleigh-Ann, and I hope you're seeing me clearly. So just tell me exactly where you're connecting with me from, where exactly you're connecting. Tonight's topic is a very solemn one, but I feel like it's a very important topic that needs to be discussed, especially in our, how should I say it now, in our time when a new story can easily become a 9-day wonder simply because something else happened to just take over the airwaves, and there isn't enough public discussion on issues of importance. I'm not seeing your comments, and I really like when I see your comments. So just tell me very quickly where you're connecting from and tell me your name tonight. And yes, please give me some interaction. Hi, Michael from Chicago. All right, so I see the comments coming in. Selvin from Toronto, thank you for connecting with me. Tonight we're talking about the murder-suicide that took place in St. Mary Sunday afternoon. And if you're not familiar, hi Dwayne from Connecticut. If you're not familiar with St. Mary, that's one of the parishes, one of our 14 parishes in Jamaica. Katrina from Reading. Where is Reading? Is that PA stands for Pennsylvania? Rando said, good night. I'm from Grange Hill, Westmoreland. Big up. What's the weather like in Grange Hill? Because I'm here in Kingston and it's cold. And if me cold, then I don't know, Grange Hill must cold. Alright, Rando, Azez is back here from cold Maryland. Love the glasses. I love my glasses too. So if you're just joining the conversation, this is another episode of Reason with Ashleigh-Ann, and I don't know if you have heard about the murder-suicide that took place on Sunday at a police station in St. Mary. So just to give you a synopsis of what exactly happened, basically, a 25-year-old district constable shot and killed one of his colleagues, a 62-year-old policewoman. And based on the reports, the incident stemmed from a domestic dispute. Melissa says, hello from Philadelphia. Tina says, hi from New York City. Janet says, hi from Quebec in Canada. And we have Aileen from Kingston. Hold on. Aileen, are you saying Kingston? Oh, Kingston is cold, but NY is colder. All right, I understand, but I'm just saying it's cold in Kingston. I understand. Like, Jamaica cold can never compare to foreign cold, but it cold. We are feel little air. St. Thomas is in the... Okay, so you're from St. Thomas, Chisel, but you're now living in St. Kitts. That's so nice. St. Thomas in Jamaica. Yes, I'm speaking about the lady that was shot and she was a police officer. Yes, so basically, thanks Trudy for that. So basically what happened, her 25-year-old colleague shot and killed her after having a discussion, having an altercation. They were in an altercation over a domestic situation. So this is the situation. From his perspective, the 25-year-old, he has been courting her, I don't know his age, but her grandson, right? And it has come, the relationship or courtship has come to a point where the young man, that's her grandson, does not want it anymore. And this 25-year-old policeman decided to take matters into his hand and bring it to the grandmother's attention. The grandmother, I guess her reaction to him was, look here, I don't want you to be courting my son, my grandson, leave him alone, whatever. And it ended in him shooting and killing her. Now, the reports are also noting that this policeman has been, and he also, if you read the stories, you'll also see where he has made statements that he has been providing gifts for this young man. So when he wanted a new iPhone, when her grandson wanted a new iPhone, the policeman got it for him. When he wanted a new laptop, the policeman got it for him. Whatever gift that he needed was provided by this police officer in what I believe an exchange type of relationship, so that, okay, so I'm giving you gifts so that you can entertain a relationship with me. John, thank you for joining from Vancouver. Grace says she's in California. Trudy says, I'm asking, I didn't know she was a police. Yes, Trudy. So if you're thinking about the same incident, and if you're just joining the conversation, I am talking about the recent report of a murder-suicide Junior say a Batman thing. To me, I see it bigger than that, Junior, and I'll tell you and I'll explain what I mean. So I'm talking about the recent murder-suicide which took place at a police station. Let me just add that. A police station in St. Mary in Jamaica recently. It happened on Sunday. So a 25-year-old police officer shot and killed a 62-year-old police officer. And based on the reports, this incident is stemming from a domestic situation where the 25-year-old was in an alleged relationship with the 62-year-old's grandson. Chisel said, not because him had the sugar daddy, him still not have no right to take the woman's life. So the grandmother was a policewoman? Yes. So the grandmother was a policewoman. The man who shot her was also a policeman, and the incident took place at a police station. I want to get your reactions to the story. I was just appalled when the news broke, and it has been developing because the mother of her daughter has since, shared her perspective with the media, and there are so many more angles that are being covered in local media right now around this story. Erica says, my God, exactly. I am just appalled. If you're just joining the conversation, this is another episode of Reason with Ashleigh-Ann. I go live on Jamaicans.com randomly, but not for long, but just to share with you. First time watching, Andrea, thanks for watching. Alright, just to share with you guys what is happening on our local scene, and for us to have a genuine interaction and genuine reasoning session. I mean, we've discussed so many interesting topics, and I have always enjoyed our online or live and or post discussions. I really appreciate your engagement, guys. Charmaine says, I'm the girl you saw yesterday in Ligani. Hi, Charmaine. Hi, Charmaine. Thank you so much for watching. Love your haircut. Thank you. I really feel like it needs to shape up now, though. Don't you think? I think it needs to shape up. So yes, I want to get your reactions to the incident. Really, in Jamaica? Yeah, I think the incident took place in Jamaica, Rando. Grace says, now we get it, because we're saying why it took place at the station. Yes, so the incident involved two police officers, and I quickly want to share my perspective on it. And my perspective, and I guess my perspective will always be different from the conventional. So everybody is, well, I don't say everybody. I don't like to be absolute and general. Most people are focusing on the fact that this police officer who killed another police officer and then killed himself over a failed relationship was a homosexual, right? So many people are, and I think somebody earlier said a Batman thing because he was trying to court her grandson, and the grandson said, he's not for that lifestyle, but at the same time he was accepting gifts from this police officer. Erica says, so my husband wants to know if grandma knew about the relationship. Very important question, Erica, and I'll get to that soon. Based on the reports I am seeing, it appears that the family was well aware that this man had some form of connection with the slain police officer's grandson. Charmaine says, it's very sad, he's just very evil, nasty God face. Andrew said, Jamaica still nice, people visit Jamaica. Yes, Andrew, I'll say that too. All right, so my perspective on the entire incident is, why would the family allow this gift giving to continue? So it started with small gifts, right? And based on what's on a specific report that I read, the police officer who killed the 62-year-old said he was providing these gifts for the young man because the young man would complain that his grandmother was not feeding him, was not taking care of him, wasn't showing him attention. So he stepped in as the person who would provide that love, that care, that nurturing that the grandson apparently wasn't receiving. Erica said, we love Jamaica no matter what. That's according to one of a previous viewer, he said that I'm blindly loyal. So I think Jamaica, I think regardless of whatever incidents occur in the country, it's still a beautiful country and we still have beautiful people, but we're not perfect. We are tainted, and I think that is one of the reasons why I find it so important for us to have conversations like these so we can work on the taintedness. Trudy says Ramon is a problem child. Him not easy at all. Trudy, do you know him personally? My question is, if you know that, and Ramon is the name that has been, they say, is the name of the grandson, right? The young man who basically rejected the advances of the now deceased policeman. Akeem says this is one of the problems in our country. We sell out, we pitney them, forget things. Very tragic story. And you say, Akeem, I understand your reasoning, and that is my challenge. How many of us check our children or grandchildren bags when they come home from school? How many of us spend time finding out who are their friends and what do the friends do in terms of occupation? What are their beliefs? You really have to consider this, You really have to consider this, especially in this season, in this gift-giving season where, everybody's just sharing and giving, and and children are so susceptible. And I'm not saying that Ramon, the grandson, is a child, because up to now we haven't heard his specific age, and his identity is being withheld from the public, and I could totally understand why, right? But it is a broader issue that we care, and when I say we, not all of us are guilty of it, but some Jamaicans, we carelessly allow our children to receive gifts, you understand, to receive things, to receive items, to receive love and adoration from other people outside of our own homes, not knowing the real expectations that come with it. You understand? And furthermore, how we should have show up in them love. Not to say that people outside of our homes and outside of our families cannot show love to our children, but let it start at the home. It's obvious, based on the reports, when some I'll read some of your comments pretty soon. It's obvious that this gift giving was going on for quite some time. For quite some time, this young man was receiving gifts from this police officer, right? And now it has reached to a point where the police officer said, look here, this is my relationship now. I want to take my relationship to the next level. This young man just enjoyed the gift giving. You understand? So now that the expectation is that, hey, I have to probably step it up now and, be a little bit more upfront with our relationship. This is not what we bargained for. I was just interested in the gifts that you're giving me. I was just interested in the iPhone and the laptop that you're giving me, right? No, he said, no. The policeman is irate about it, storms to the grandmother, because he wants the quote-unquote relationship which he believes he had started to establish by giving gifts. I think the entire incident focusing on the fact that it's a homosexual relationship is not, for me, that's not the issue. The issue is that there are women, there are young girls who may find themselves in the same situation with a taxi man, with a loader man. You understand? I remember one time I was in a bus traveling from Constant Spring to downtown. And you know what the conductor said? Loader man is conductor, by the way, for other people who aren't Jamaicans or aren't familiar with the dialect. He said, I will never date a woman my age, because I can give a schoolgirl $1,000 and she give me everything that I want. And he said it publicly. He said it with no remorse. He said it confidently, by the way. And it make you wonder, where mama there? Where papa there? You really have to ask these questions. Why is it that some Jamaican parents are getting so comfortable with their children receiving gifts from people outside of their homes? Me couldn't bring no gift from nobody in my parents' home. I could not. I want to read some of your comments right now. Alright, so let me start with Chiselle. Chiselle say, some of them pitney I put themselves and parent in problem, then can't satisfy. But Chiselle, to me it's the training. It's the training. What training are you offering that child so that they come to the realization that, hey, I don't need any gift, any special treatment from anybody. I get all the special treatment at home. Erica says, Lord, help our children, help our parents. It's our parents who are nurturing our children. Jennifer says she's there from, what does VA stand for? Is that Virginia? What's going on in Jamaica? We're talking about the recent murder-suicide that took place at a police station in St. Mary. As it says, Jamaica was not was not perfect, but it has gotten worse from the dawn of the internet. We try to emulate what others do abroad. We have to take back the power of real parenting and check our kids. I don't want to lose this. Come on, hold on. And check our kids. Get in a them business 24/7. My mommy, my daddy was in my business 24/7. And I mean, in life, I feel like it's supposed to have some balance, but until that child comes to the understanding that my love is pure, and it comes with no expectation, and I can get it from home, I don't need it from anybody else, I don't think you should allow them to take gifts from people outside of the home. But you guys can tell me what you think. Dalton says, yes, check them bags and things that we, the parents, did buy them. Ask them where them get it from. Exactly. Trudy says, but the daughter said on the news the mother didn't know the police officer. All right. So the grandmother was not. Are you saying that the news? I haven't seen the TV news report. Marcus is saying, will not tolerate any homosexual business in Jamaica that belongs to low frequency energy, acidic energy. Okay. Akeem Henry said, I agree. The problem is the credibility of such individuals and the morals of the papers. Some parents have no regard for their own children. And it's sad because the children are our future. What what values are you? And I'm smiling and I'm laughing because it's sad. It's sad. It reaches, it's not a stage where it's sad. It's partly embarrassing, right? Erica says the killing is not called for. The loader man is a dog. I tell you about it. Claudia said, watch Dancehall Queen again. This has been going on in Jamaica a long time. And I understand what you're saying, Claudia, but can we now see the connection? You remember my last live when I was talking about the returning residents, and I say each case has their own unique factors. Well, look at this case. The same grooming by the 25-year-old man, and his expectation of the grandson now led to, hey, I'm gonna kill your grandmother just to prove the point. Kill your grandmother, kill myself, to prove the point that, hey, your life is not going to be happy without me. So if you only think that you are only gonna get my gifts and you weren't gonna give me what I wanted in return, I'm not gonna make your life happy, right? So I feel like we have to start small. We have to start in our own homes. We have to ask our children and our grandchildren, who did you spend 2 hours on the phone with? What's the name of your friend? Where does your friend live? And sometimes we not even have to question them like we behave like detective, because I can tell you, I don't like that strategy. Sometimes we just need to be our children's friends. We need to be our little sisters and our little brothers' best friends, right? Like, we really need to look out for our family members, because guess what? As the report stated, and as the guy, the police officer who committed suicide, he posted on his Facebook page, say, hey, this young man told me that he wasn't getting love at home. He wasn't being fed at home. And I say, you know what? I'm going to take it upon myself, because I have strong feelings for this young man. I'm going to give him what he's not getting at home. Don't let that be your child. That's what I'm saying to you. Winsome says, adults allow them to solicit gifts as they don't have it to give them, and it's easier for them. And Winsome, when you say that, that just reminds me of the situation that is very prominent in Jamaica now, and that is children vendors. I don't like to see them. I don't like to see children beggars on the road. As a matter of fact, it's illegal. And that's a practice as well, you know. There are some Jamaicans who will allow the child to get the gift, allow the child to get money from all kind of element, Because that's what I would call it. I would call him human being. You understand? Because when you give from your heart. You don't give with expectations. Right? So yeah, there are Jamaicans who actually do that. And it's sad because it brings so much burden on the child to fulfill the expectation of that adult. You understand? Arlene says these kids have no home training, turning into Los Angeles. Exactly. Watch Dancehall Queen. Jody, and hi Jody. Jody says, once brought home a pencil from school and my mom sent it right back with a note. It's that serious. It's that serious. Angela says, I totally agree. They should be taught not to accept any gifts from strangers, and the parents should not let them. The story doesn't add up though. I feel, this is Jodianne, the story doesn't add up. I feel they all knew that he was taking things from the guy. I think the police officer felt used and embarrassed. It was an unnecessary murder-suicide though. I think murder-suicide, I think suicide is unnecessary. So I don't think there is a necessary murder or necessary suicide. I don't believe so. So I totally condemn the killing of that 62-year-old. Funny enough, I'm sorry about that, guys. I was traveling in a vehicle the Monday morning when one of his relatives said to me, you hear about the killing of the police officer? The woman's relative, this is the woman who was killed. You heard about the killing of the police officer in St. Mary? So I was like, yeah, I heard. I'm a cousin. Look how they killed my cousin, and he just went off. Them kill my cousin and she not do nothing. Them kill my cousin and because our problem grandson, me know say my homosexual. And for the length of his rant, for the length of that relative's rant, was basically berating the relationship or the supposed relationship that the grandson had with the policeman. And I'm like, so you didn't know too? But you knew that there was a relationship? You knew that this policeman was giving this young guy gifts? Like, I don't understand that. I don't understand why we're so comfortable as Jamaicans allowing our children to receive. And I would love for you guys, I won't be here for long, but I want you guys to, especially now that we're moving closer to Christmas, what are your recommendations? Because quite a number of Jamaicans, not only Jamaicans overseas, but Jamaicans in the island, watch and follow Jamaicans.com, right? What are your recommendations to Jamaican parents during this gift giving season? There are so many gifts that are being, and I don't want to dissuade anybody from giving that gift to a child, right? And I'll share my recommendation in as to how you'd go about doing that. But what is your recommendation to Jamaican parents in this gift giving season? I really do not want to hear of another murder, suicide, of another child being abused. I would really love, and I don't want to feel as if that's a fairy tale expectation. Gregory says fathers need to be fathers and not sperm donors. All right, so there we go. Azez says it appears to be a case of boobs gone wrong. Azez, what do you mean by boobs? What is that? Kevin says, I was in Jamaica for a month. I kept getting asked for my wife. I could not say truly why. I feel that discipline is not being upheld either in home or as a community. Furthermore, it takes two to tango. Kevin, I want you to explain to me what you mean by I was in Jamaica for a month, where you say I kept getting asked for my wife. Ven says the parent need to train their kids not to take things from strangers. Very simply. Very simply. And I've learned that when you are dealing with children, especially teenagers, do not tell them not. Do not go to that party. Do not talk to those people. I wrong people you talk to. My set of friends would tell me, Ashley, you see when my parents say, don't talk to that boy there. At them time, them talk to him. At them, come on, know why she don't want me, or why my father don't want me talk to him, or why my mother don't want me in that company. Me approve her wrong. She can't choose my friends. Teenagers, you know how they behave. Don't tell them not. Tell them exactly what are your expectations. What are the expectations that you have of them. Right? Show them love. Make them know say them mother and them father love, especially them father. Because we've seen so many relationships in Jamaica. How should I say no? Because of being broken because the father isn't present, I should say. Alright, Azez says, how old was the grandson? Very good question. I don't know. Diana, hi, says, I am a mother and I believe in the famous quote, train up a child in the way he should grow. If we believe this and keep doing this, then all of this that is now happening in our society will not happen. Alright, tell me now, when you say train up a child in the way he should grow, what do you mean by that? Because here you know, the reason I'm saying this, for some Jamaicans, they will say, me not see no problem with him take money from man. If man want give my pitney money, make them take it. And me, I spend the money, and my pitney, I spend the money. So if you say that to her, right, she may reason it or say that to some, because there are Jamaican men who hold the same belief. They may reason it as saying, all right, that's how I know that's how I know how to raise my child, and that's what I'm gonna do. So what do you mean? I think we need to be very, very specific in our recommendations to our parents. Ven says, explain to your kids when you don't have it to give them and let them make out with what you can afford and bring them back to the old days. Kimarley, hi Kimarley, says, Kevin, you are gay. What do you mean? Kimarley, I do not approve of offensive comments on my live. As I says, sorry no, you know how old I am, lol. Boops means when someone is, boops, when someone is in a relationship for the sole purpose of getting something. Yes, I know what you mean. I'm going to listen to the song. Jacqueline says, so true. Don't tell them no. Don't tell them not, because they're going to do what they want when you tell them don't. Jacqueline says, I think he was 22. All right, so you're saying the grandson was 22. I haven't seen a report detailing his name or his age, and I totally understand why. You know what I'd love for you guys to tell me? What do you tell your children in a situation like this? I mean, Christmas is right around the corner now. And there are so many people giving gifts, receiving gifts. What are you saying to your children this season? Who are they receiving gifts or expecting gifts from? Who promised them a new phone, a new laptop, a car? Dalton says, I got 3 boys, and when I was leaving Jamaica, I took them with me, be father and mother for them, and never allow another man to father them or show them love. Thumbs up, Dalton. Can we get some thumbs up for Dalton? Selvin said, and I won't be here for much longer, guys. Jamaica have issues of decline, values, and economic disadvantage. People being exploited. Why so many churches and so much problems? Wow. And as it says, every parent needs a copy of the book Child Guidance by Ellen G. White. I'd love to read that. Angela says, I agree with Selvin. Guys, I really want to tell you thanks for sharing your views with me. It's really, really important that we dissect the issues that are presented in our news reports. I'm not saying that this is the only issue and this is the only angle or perspective that we can take, but I think it is teachable because you can see the path. You can see a clear path how easily one issue that started in the home can escalate to an even major issue outside of the home, which also affects the home. You understand? So thank you so much. Continue to share. Please share this video. Please continue the conversations on your timeline, and please show your children how much you love them and how much you care for them, and give them the best advice. Give them the advice that you wish your parents gave you. Clinton says, how did gift giving end up with a murder? Good question. Go and check out the story, Clinton. It's all over. I think the Jamaica Gleaner posted it, as well as the Jamaica Observer, so go and check it out. It's the shooting at the St.Mary Police Station involving 2 police officers. Ven said, we need to pray more for our parents and children. I train my kids not to take anything from strangers, even if it's my friends, and if they make attempt to come home and tell me what happened, I told the thumbs up. I don't understand what that means, but alright. Claudia says, have a good night. God's continued blessing. Just before I leave, if you are someone who, you're genuinely, you're giving from the purest form of your heart, and you may know a young person who you want to give a gift this Christmas, reach out. If they are below the age of consent, reach out to their parent or parents and ask permission before you do so. That's my advice. That is my advice. All right. Thank you so much. Continue to share your views, continue to share this video, and thank you as always for tuning in and participating in Reason with Ashleigh-Ann Mowatt. All right, take good care of yourself and look out for another live.